Let's talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows and Japan. This game is not going to do very good over there. It's probably going to be a gigantic flop over in that country. They're not happy about this. And what I find kind of interesting is that none of the big mainstream outlets are even talking about this. Look at this video from IGN Japan. It's only got 56K views, and it's ratioed. 7.1K. That says to me a lot of people aren't happy. They're not happy about this. They've gotten a lot of things wrong. The architecture has been wrong on some buildings. They had to go in and change it. And the history of the game is way off base too. They're not happy about it, and they feel insulted, actually. And it's really funny that this is completely ignored by mainstream gaming websites and journalists. They completely ignore it. And it's really hypocritical, because if this had been any other country or any other group of people, they would have been all over it, going insane. And it's funny how they pick and choose what they want to get mad about. Because remember, and never forget, when Ghost of Tsushima came out, when we were leading up to that game's release, they all had meltdowns on behalf of Japanese people. Oh, how dare they make this game? They didn't have any Japanese people on the studio. A bunch of white men made it. They all went insane. But in this case, it's all good. They don't care. They're hypocrites. And none of them really care about the causes that they champion. They just want to virtue signal. And in this case, they're virtue signaling, not in the case of the Japanese people, but for the for the black guy that's the main character that was never even a samurai in history, and calling everybody that doesn't like it racist, including Japanese people, which is ridiculous. So they're not happy about this, and there's been a lot of commentary on it and a lot of coverage on it. Japanese YouTubers have been talking about it, and now they've started a petition to get rid of it. The real problem here, though, unfortunately, is that you're going to have a lot of Westerners come in and sign this petition. And I don't know if that makes it authentic. It really should be a lot of Japanese people that come in and sign this. Like right here, there's two top supporter videos, and they're Western. So the unfortunate reality of this is that a lot of the people that sign it are going to be from the West. I would like to see 100,000 signatures from Japanese people. That would be ideal. But the other unfortunate reality is that even if they did, it's not going to get the game canceled, which is what they want. I can't read any of this, so luckily that Park Place has put out an article talking about what the context of this is. Japanese gamers launch petition to cancel Ubisoft's upcoming Assassin's Creed Shadows game. This is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history. Will this get the game canceled? No, the game is, pretty much done, right? The game is done. They're probably just tweaking out some bugs and stuff like that. Now they're going to release it, but what I do like about something like this is that it sends a giant middle finger to the company, and it's also bad press for the game. Because they're like, here's this Japanese game, but what? Japanese people don't like it. How do we spin that? And they can't spin it. They can't spin it at all. This game has hip-hop music in it. How is that reflective of this country and the time period that it's set in? It's not. It's I could see how they're very insulted by this, and it's sad that all these people that lay their bread and butter is virtue signaling, and they don't care about this. They don't cover it. The Park Place is, but IGN's not going to cover it. Game Rant's not going to cover it. They're all going to ignore this petition, and if they do cover it, they're going to spin it as some kind of racist thing, and it's really the West, and Japanese people probably really like this game. Or what they'll do is they'll go get a Japanese American that's probably never even been to Japan, and they'll talk about how great this game is. It's messed up. It's messed up how these people go out of their way to try to run damage control for these companies. And you see it with Disney all the time. These people fall all over themselves to work Mickey Mouse's zipper. It's funny to watch. But here's this part right here where they're telling you about it. Here's what that says. As translated via Google's machine translation, recently, lack of historical accuracy and cultural respect has been a serious problem for game developer Ubisoft, which is scheduled to release Assassin's Creed Shadows. This game is based on the samurai of Japan, ignoring the fact that the samurai is the upper class of the samurai class and should be my family or a person who serves you. It adds, in fact, that William Adams, the first European to receive the title of samurai, was the one who served the Tokugawa as the flag book for 250 stoning. I don't know what any of that means. I wonder, is that the actual translation? The petition then declares, in such history, Ubisoft continues to misunderstand the essence and role of samurai. This is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history and can lead to racism in Asia. Then calls for Ubisoft to stop developing the game. We call on Ubisoft to immediately discontinue the launch of Assassin's Creed Shadows and show sincere research and respect for Japanese history and culture. And then as of the time of this article, it was at 16,000 and is now at 29,000. I don't think they're going to stop developing this game, but it at least shows the hypocrisy of game journalists. Never forget how they acted over Ghost of Tsushima and how offended they were for Japan and the people of Japan. But now you see the truth and how they act and how much they don't care. It was such a joke the way they acted over that game. I've done a bunch of videos on it because it was wild to see how insulted they were. And now you've got this game coming out, and they completely ignore all of the complaints from the Japanese people. So while this petition probably won't get the game, canceled by Ubisoft, it at least will show in big numbers, if this picks up steam, how they really feel about this. And my hope is that it gets too big for them to ignore. That would be the real win here. And it would be really funny to watch them kind of fall all over themselves and try to spin this. And they really wouldn't be able to. So hopefully it picks up steam over in Japan. Because like I said before, if a bunch of Westerners sign this, it's not going to mean anything. It has to be overwhelmingly Japanese people who sign this and talk about it. We'll see what happens. But, good on them for doing this. And I hope it's effective in some way. Because it really is kind of sad how they're being treated. They're being completely ignored. And their history is being culturally appropriated to push American Western diversity. It is. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals.